We in the studio. We in the studio. With Rob in the studio. In the studio. In the studio. Catch a vibe in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. With Rob. We in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. Yeah, I'm in the studio with Rob. I need to make the heat flicker. Izzle on it, only thing can make a Rico beat sicker. So listen and get your wisdom. Gemstones on your head. Good with the OG like Flintstones, good in bed. Been living a long time and he got something to say. Depending on how you feeling, dog, you might got something to pray. This type of influence that you ain't gotta filter through your liver. We in the studio with Rob. Come let the heat rock simmer.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of In the Studio with Rob. Hey, I just like to say I appreciate you guys tuning in again, and I hope you enjoy this episode. Like always, I got my man Izzle in the house.
Greetings and salutations.
So, Izzle's in the studio. He tried out a new voice that didn't last long. He may try it again. I don't know. You gonna try it again?
I'm on the fence. I'm thinking I'll either do Izzle 3.0 or try out a new one that I'll think of halfway through.
Yeah, so he'll figure something out. But either way, he's still in the house, and he in the studio with us either way. So we're in the studio,
right by the
and we're going to talk about something that you guys might be able to argue about later.
That's fun.
And what we're going to talk about is having friends. How many of us have them? And we talking about friends. But we talking about friends of the opposite sex.
Whoa.
While you're married.
While you're married?
In your marriage, but you got friends of the opposite sex.
Okay, that's very specific.
Now, the key, we don't have to try to look at this from both sides. I can't just talk about the brothers, because some of y'all ladies got some dudes that's your friends too. So I'm going to try to do it from your side, hit y'all a little bit too. But
where would you like to start?
We're going to start with the fellas. Because see, fellas, sometimes we don't look at it the same way. I think when you're single, for me personally, I don't have no friends when I'm single. I got women that I know.
Potential.
Yeah, but they really like my friends like that, because I can't get but so close to you, because then we gonna cross the line. So we cool. So, but when you marry, I think there's a thing we have to understand though. When you are married, and if I brought this friend into our marriage, meaning she has been my friend for years, before I even met you, this girl been my friend. And now that we're married, I'm not going to get rid of my friend or stop talking to my friend. You should know that, because you knew her when you met me. You probably met her shortly after that, and we all friends.
Okay, wait. Let's bookmark that and continue. Okay. But let's back up first. Let's define the parameters surrounding this friendship. Is it completely platonic?
Yeah, okay.
All right, so there's no history whatsoever?
Yeah, okay.
Because then, let's say there was. Let's say there was some history 10 years ago.
Right.
But we've been friends for 10 years.
Right.
Does that, and this is not a specific question for me. That sounds great. It's like said that specific. It's not a me question.
Okay.
But does that change it from being friends?
It changes.
Okay. So
anytime there was a sexual relationship, changes everything.
All right, bet. So
we talking about friends that you have just. This is my homie. That's it.
All right, go.
So you got a homie. This your girl. Y'all been cool since grade school or for years before you met your wife, and now you get married again. She might even be your best man. I don't know. Y'all real close, but either way, she been in there for a minute. Mm-hmm. That type of friendship shouldn't have to go away. It should always be, because you knew who she was beforehand. Don't be telling me you jealous of her or because again. She always been there. She like family now. So I don't see a problem with that. Now, where I will say that there could be an issue is where you have a friend, or that you have new friends, after you got married. You shouldn't be, because now what happens is when you get married, your wife ultimately should become your friend. I didn't say she is your friend. She should at least become your friend, because sometimes that takes time. How close y'all get as friends determine on how much y'all work you put in to become your best friend. Because me and my wife always talk about, we laugh because years ago we was talking and she said I was her best friend. I couldn't say that because there were things I wasn't willing to tell her.
But you ain't lie.
No. It was just things that I felt like she couldn't handle, or like if I said it, it wouldn't be like if I told my boy, this is what I'm thinking, or this is what I'm going to do. He could understand, or he would be like, yo, don't worry about it, or be different, because he's not judging me on what I'm saying.
No, I'm saying why you ain't lied and just say she was your best friend.
Oh, because I ain't want to lie.
Oh, okay.
So
very honest.
Yeah. So but we have grown to that, and now I do consider her, a best friend. So I feel like I could tell her anything. But that takes time. But when you are, let's say, you're married, and you go to work every day, you're working around these different ladies or whatever, and then all of a sudden you tell your wife, oh, me and Crystal going out after work. She just my homie. We're going out after work, get something to eat, or we're going out for a drink after work. That could be a problem, because it's not the same as if somebody I've had growing up. This is somebody new I'm introducing to the relationship that I'm really not even introducing to the relationship. I'm really just introduced. It's just me and her got a relationship outside of that. So I think you have to be careful with those type of relationships, because with the other person that I've known forever, we've never had anything. But when you start meeting other people, there's a possibility that there could be something in the future going forward.
How come?
Because,
or I guess what's different in that case than the other case? Because y'all started somewhere too.
Yeah, but where you started from, you already worked through that, and you already determined, either she determined, you determined, y'all both determined, the best thing we got is our friendship, and we ain't messing this up with no sex or nothing else.
So you think you go
the other person,
that same thing?
You gotta figure that stuff out, and even that can cause a problem within your marriage. While you trying to figure out, do I want to? I'm gonna get with this girl, or is she gonna? We want? No, because that's gonna interfere with your marriage. So you have to be. So ultimately, I'm saying, can you have friends of the opposite sex? Yes.
It sounds like you're saying
should you? No, I'm saying can you? Can you? Yes. Should you? No. I don't think. And again, I want y'all to chop this up. Y'all can hit us up in the comments and or whatever. But I don't believe that you should, when you marry, have these outside friendships that don't include your wife or your husband. Because I'll be honest with you, my wife ain't gonna be going out for drinks with them dude. I don't care. So if I don't want her to do it, I can't do it. So my wife ain't going. It's like, oh, me and Joe, we work together. We're gonna go and get something to eat after work because we've been working late. Nah, you gonna come home. Joe gonna go eat with somebody else. That's not happening. So if I don't want it, if I can't see it for you and for my wife, I'm not gonna do it to you. So Israel, on your face, and I know people, y'all can't see his face, I get that, but I'm looking at his face and he seems to be struggling right now, and I know he's struggling for many reasons. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to open this up to him, and I want to know what he's struggling with right now. So Israel,
yes sir,
tell the family what you're struggling with.
I'm struggling with the logic behind a lot of this.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just say me, but
okay, you can say you.
I could be anybody.
You could be anybody, but you.
So if I'm married and I meet someone,
okay,
and they're of the opposite sex.
Right.
We're just supposed to not be cool because they're the opposite sex and I'm already married.
It's a difference between being cool
Friends.
and again, it's where you're like at work. You go to work and you got people at work that y'all cool with. You cool with them? They cool people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't go nowhere outside of work. I don't talk outside of work. There's nothing to talk about. We talk at work. We might laugh and joke about what happened last night, or we saw on TV because we at work. We killing time as well as working.
Right.
You don't need to be texting me at night. I don't need to text you at night. We don't need to meet up for drinks because
That's
again,
your coworker. That's not your friend.
well, again, we never gonna become more than that.
Right, but why?
Because if you start texting me at night,
Well, I mean, that's not
going
what
out.
texting at night part.
No, but again,
I mean, you can just be appropriate.
right? But again, if you texting me outside of work, or we going out to eat outside of work, and we going out to having drinks and different things, there's too much of a potential for it to cause a problem with my marriage. I'm not gonna allow anything to bring a wedge or cause issues between me and my wife. So therefore, and again, and I'll speak for you.
Oh, that's crazy. I feel like I'm going to disagree
I'll
already.
speak for you. So in speaking for you, if you spend too much time, and again with a female, and y'all having a good time, you are opening yourself up for a little touch here, a little conversation that shouldn't be, that inappropriate conversation that leads somewhere else, because you done got too comfortable now.
Mm-hmm.
And now, all of a sudden, that's what people say, it just happened. it just happened because you allow things to continue to grow. And you thought, I can control it because we friends. If she ain't got no man, or either she ain't happy in her with her man, or even if she is, you giving her something different. And as much as she don't want to, and as much as you may not want to, as much as y'all keep giving each other that emotional support, y'all probably will. Because you never looking at her like your sister, like your homie that you've been friends with for 15 years. That's not how you looking at this girl. Y'all not the same. You looking at her, she's new. And so you always you always have that possibility of slipping up. When I like at work, like when I was working and I had like women working for me, and one like certain ones, they really cool and I like them, and they were like, oh, they and the first thing I'll be like, yo, I start talking to them about their husband, or like, yo, tell your husband this, or
That's hate.
No. But the reason why I do it is because I want them to always remember that I'm connected to you, but I still respect who he is, and as long as I respect who he is, I ain't stepping on his toes no matter what. So I needed to build that wall, and for her to understand, for her to think, he keep talking about my husband, so he ain't interested in me.
Yes,
And
so
so
over there trying to get her groove back. You out here announcing her husband.
Yeah, so I'm not letting you, but you ain't getting your groove back with me. But I'm not going to be the one, I'm not allowing myself to slip up into a situation where I got so comfortable with you. It's like, yo, I should do this. No, I shouldn't, because I ain't going to be that close to you. So every time I start seeing you, I'm seeing you and your husband. In my mind, I'm thinking of you and your husband. In my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I'm telling you about my wife so I want you to feel guilty before you even think. When you start thinking something, I want you to feel guilty because you already thought about my wife. So I'm putting those things out into the air. So that's where I am with,
Right, so the scenario we brought up, though, I feel like that is a little daty. Like, yo, we just go and get some drinks or go and get something to eat. I feel like that's kind of an easy setup, or like a random little setup. But like, what about let's say you be going out as a group type thing, like me, my coworkers, we all going out as a group, and that's the person I'm closest to, so that's the person I'll talk to more.
If the group goes out, and that's cool, everybody from the office, we all go out, but I'm not going to be alone with you.
Right, you don't have to be alone to be talking to that person more.
Again, you talk to her anyway. You talk to her at work.
Right, exactly.
So that's not the issue. It's when you start making it where you become friends, and you all of a sudden you got these times where we're alone. Or we're making ourselves isolated from everybody else. And so now it's me and you. Even though we in a group, it's just me and you. No, I needed to be the group. I needed to stay the group so that I don't have to worry about me and you when there is no me and you, or there can never be a me and you, because I got the me and you is at home. My me is at home. My you is at home. I need to focus on her. And so, not to say I don't like you, as we cool and you're a good person, but I can't allow us to have isolated time so that we slip up. And I'm gonna prevent you from doing it, just like I'm gonna prevent myself. I'm hoping you and me.
So the bigger issue is not necessarily talking to this person or being friends or whatever. It's more so just being alone with them. Like,
because again, when you talk about friends, like there's a work friend. We go to work. We like a lot of times people say, "Oh, this is my work husband or my work wife." I don't talk to you outside of work at all.
But that's cool.
No, what I'm saying is you using the term work husband or work, but I'm never going to talk to you outside of work.
Right.
So there is no us. At work we might, because again we work on project. We everybody else in the office corny. We can laugh and have a good time and get through the day together. But I'm never going to be alone with you, because even if you my work wife, and if we went somewhere alone, you will be my wife. I'm going to wife you now. So I got to make sure there is no quiet, private time for us. Because I ain't going to hit you, I ain't going to do nothing at work. So the most I'm going to do at work is we just laugh and joking. But again, it almost goes to even with the flirting. Flirting can be disrespectful if we, if we start looking at it the wrong way. So I got to be careful even with that. So you got to make, I can't say anything to you that I can't tell my wife about. If you just my friend.
But flirting,
if you my wife,
can't tell. I'm saying you can't tell about the flirting.
Right. What I'm saying, if you can go home and tell your wife what you said to that girl in flirting, then it wasn't no big deal. If you can't go home and tell your wife, then you shouldn't have said it.
If it's flirting, you probably shouldn't. You probably wouldn't be able to go see that.
Right. So that's the whole point. So
but you were talking about the flirting as if it was kind of cool. Like,
no, I'm saying, that happens. But I'm saying you got to make sure that even with that, you got to know. No, I'm not going. If I can't say this, if I can't tell my wife what I'm saying or how I'm acting, if my wife come into the office and this girl gonna look at her side-eyed, even though she know I'm married, but she done got so comfortable with me that now she's looking at my wife crazy because my wife basically in her territory. That's a problem. So I can't have that.
But I feel like you kind of setting yourself up, even when you start with, I call her my work wife, or she called me her work husband.
You do.
Because that lady has been saying that's my friend. Like, I'm not going to say, I'm going out for drinks with my friend. I'm going out for drinks with my work wife.
No, it is, but I'm not going nowhere with either one of y'all.
Right.
So I'm not saying I ain't never called nobody.
No, I know that you.
But I'm just saying
that you should know that I don't mean me.
but what I'm saying is, if I know, if people start saying this is my work husband, my work wife, again, and they walk away every day at 4:00, whatever time they get off, you go your way, I go my way, we ain't thinking or looking at each other, and we come back the next day, we trip or whatever, but
that's cool.
No, I'm just saying that at least you're able to put up some boundaries, but you're always opening up that. It's like you open up little doors, and when you open up the little doors, sometimes people slide through them, and then you caught up in something you don't want to be caught up into, and you messed up what you really care about. One, you done ruined the work relationship, and you're messing up at home. So now you got two places. You can't go to work because and you can't go home. So you got to be careful. That's why I say having friends after you get married is again, unless it
sounds impossible. We
can all be friends. You bring your husband and my wife. Like, we may have met at work, and I like you, and so we cool people. I think you real cool, and you got a husband. I'm inviting you and your husband to go out with me and my wife, and maybe we all become friends. And that's how we will be. You will be my friend, but you will be my friend because of all of us, not because me and you personally. Not a me, you, it's a us. But anytime it's just me and her, I'm setting myself up for some danger. Either she's going to get too comfortable and get her feelings hurt because she's going to assume things that aren't there, or I'm going to get too comfortable and assume things that aren't there and get my feelings hurt, or we going to act on it because we both assumed the same thing and it was real. So I got to make sure we don't go there at all. I got to keep, look, we cool, you cool, I like you, you good person, and I want to make sure you stay a good person. I don't need you in that way. Any other way, we got to, not going to happen. And I think that's where I struggle with, like I said, my wife can't have no friend. Ain't no dude taking my wife out to dinner.
Nah, that's crazy.
Ain't no dude taking my wife out to drinks. And you can't say, well, like it's at work. When I was going to work, we go, I might be getting ready to go downstairs, get something to eat, or going out for a sandwich or something. And somebody say, oh, I'm going, and we go get something to eat together, and we get something and go back, at work. But that's not, they not really my friends. They just people I know at work. I mean, they ain't like a friend, but it's like, all right, so we cool. We can do that. So, but if you say, oh, let's go have a drink after work. No, that's the problem. We can't do that. I can't do that. Because again, my wife ain't doing that. If my wife came home and said, oh, me and, Joe went out for drinks. Joe about to get hurt. Because me and Joe won't have a conversation. You say, oh, we just friends. Okay, well, if y'all just friends, me and Joe gonna have a conversation. So one, Joe know, don't ever ask my wife out for drinks again. And if y'all friends, make sure you, you stay, that long distance away from touching. Don't want you touching or talking to her no way crazy. I need
Don't talk to her. Just eat your food, Joe.
I need you to know who I am, Joe. So Joe need to know who I am, so Joe don't cross that line. So I'm helping Joe out too.
Eat your cheeseburger, Joe.
Yeah, so y'all go out for lunch. Cool, y'all go out for lunch. I don't care. Y'all work, go to lunch, have y'all lunch. But Joe need to know her husband will hurt me. So me and Joe won't have a conversation. So I'm not gonna do anything that I wouldn't want my wife to do. So that's why. Can you do it? Yeah, you can do anything you want. Should you do it? For the safety and the strength of your marriage, I would suggest you not do it. It ain't worth it. It's certain things, everything, you can do anything, but don't mean you should. So you have to really be careful in how you bring people into your life, which ultimately will affect your marriage. Because that's the thing that matters the most. Everybody else, even if she was a friend, she probably gonna fade at some point, or y'all gonna either she'll go get another job or you'll get another job, and then the relationship fade if that's all it was. So why would I allow something that possibly to go away so easily to interfere with my marriage, which ain't never going away? But it can be a lot of pain of me trying to explain or trying to make my wife, feel like she could trust me again and all this other. Look, I ain't got time for all that. So just nip it in the bud and be like, nah, we cool. We got a work relationship, but we ain't got to be, we ain't got to be hanging out. We definitely hanging out after work. So, Izzo, you still struggling with it or?
No, I don't think I'm struggling anymore. I completely understand everything that you're saying, and I've decided that I disagree with literally everything you've said for the past 23 and a half minutes. So, again, the struggle's over. I don't even have questions. Like, there's nothing you can say that's going to make me say, oh yeah, no, he's right, I feel him. No, I disagree. He's smart. He's wise. He's a very wise man. He's lived mad years. But sometimes he gets it wrong, it's okay. That's okay. The important thing is you take what you need from what you heard today, and then you can decide that you agree with the Joe part. Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. Not everything. I agree with Joe.
You agree with Joe girl not having a friend?
Yeah, not Joe Brittany. Listen, I agree with that part, but
But on the other side,
the other side is crazy. Like what?
yeah.
You can't.
So again, people, this is why I say y'all chop this up and add this among yourselves as well, because you will have double standards. I'm not living in a world of double standards right now. I'm living in a world of my relationship with my wife is the most important relationship I have. Nobody else or nothing is going to come between that. So that means I'm not going to have friends. She's not going to have friends outside of our relationship that's going to cause any problems in the relationship. So I'm going to build my relationships or my friendships off of like my homies, and they got their wives. Their wives are my friends. That's the friends I got. Because they friends. My boy, his wife is my friend now because that's how we connect. I don't need no other women, just the women to be my friend, because it causes it, or it has the potential to cause problems I do not need.
We're not doing double standards. All right, do people have a question?
Go ahead.
Would you wear a dress?
Huh?
Would you wear a dress?
Would I wear a dress? No.
Why not?
I have no desire to wear a dress.
Because you're a guy?
Probably, but I have no desire to wear a dress, but yeah.
Right, well, I mean, of course. So, but a woman could wear like a dude fit and it'd be fine. Double standards exist, people. Like, it's okay. She can't have no friends, you can have friends. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody happy. You don't wear a dress, you wear the dress. You can wear the sweatpants, you can have a friend, you can't have the joke. Everybody's happy. Yeah, everybody's happy. Joe might not be happy.
Joe might not be happy. But and she might not be happy. But it's true. She wanted Joe. She ain't happy. Now everybody happy.
I mean, things happen.
I'm happy.
You can't all get along with
I'm happy.
Exactly, and priorities. Yeah. So what we talking about? No, you know what? Now we're in agreement. Okay. I'm glad we continue to talk this out.
Yeah, we getting there. But so like I said, you just got to make sure as y'all talk to your wife. Be open with her about the people. And if you meet somebody, sometimes you might even meet somebody at work that is such a good person that you want her to be friends with your wife. Because you're like, yo, she can teach my wife a few things. I don't I'm telling you right now. I'm about to say she never know that. But she may be somebody you be like, yo, my wife will really get along with her.
Baby, you can learn enough from her.
Yeah, be like, she a perfect woman. Yeah, she gonna help you treat me better.
She knows like, baby, talk to her.
But I'm just saying, it may be where you gonna connect the two of them, but I just got to make sure I'm not doing anything that's going to interfere with the love I got for my wife or the relationship I have with my wife, and how that relationship's click. So with that, Israel, what else you got from the people, man? Let's see what you got.
No, people good. People good. People are they're being patient. They're being patient, but I think ultimately the people they're just glad to hear you talk.
Okay.
For this half hour that we spent together, and the people now know that nobody knows everything. So, okay, you know what? I actually get what's going on. So you're getting the jokes, but I know it's not your fault. Yeah. Like I know what happened.
All right,
cool. It's a little payment on the side for the ladies.
So we're gonna wrap this up now.
He's catering.
So let me just wrap this up with this. All right, so check this out, people. It doesn't matter about you having friends that you brought into the relationship, but the people that you meet after the relationship, they should be connected to your wife, to your husband. They shouldn't be just your outside friend. I'm talking about of the opposite sex. It shouldn't be an outside opposite sex relationship. We got to do this thing together as a relationship so I don't set myself up for consequences that I don't want to have to deal with later. So it's better to keep those things separate. Again, I don't want my wife to have no going out with dudes after work. I'm not going out with with women after work. So we got to make sure we stay consistent with all of that and make sure the most important thing, as You know, Jalen Hurts always say the main thing stay the main thing.
Hey.
Well, the main thing is your marriage and your relationship with your wife. So make that the make sure that stays the main thing. And with that, you know, y'all chop it up for yourselves and figure out, you know, how y'all can have relationships in and outside your relationships, or should you? You know, everybody got to come with their own thing, so you'll figure it out. So I wish you all the best. Until next week, we will holler at you soon.
Hey, we have one correction on the books for this.
What's that?
That is Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP Jalen Hurts.
That's who he is.
Go Birds.
And so with that, we're gonna get at y'all later. We want them to do something though. Don't we want them to do something?
Yeah, I think we were supposed to ask the people to tell friends.
Tell a friend.
It was a few steps. It was tell friends, and then after that, they were supposed to
Tell some more friends.
tell some more friends, and then after that, I think they were.
Tell some more friends.
You know, definitely more friends. And then there were friends after that they were supposed to tell.
There were some more friends.
Yeah, and then so on and so forth.
There you go.
So tell some friends, tell some friends, tell some friends, tell some friends, tell more friends, meet new friends, tell friends, tell friends at work that you're not supposed to really be talking to because you ain't supposed to have no friends. Tell them at lunch. And then they can go tell their husbands and wives, and then they'll tell friends, and so on and so forth, until everybody gets rich.
That's right. And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, do all the things wherever you listen to this, or you want to try somewhere new, listen to it there too.
Hey.
You know what I mean? This has been fun, guys.
All right, people, YouTube, all of them different places. We there.
Yeah, and we're out of here.
So we'll holler at you later.
Until next time, remember he is Rob. I just look like him.
Peace.
Bye.
Studio. We in the studio. We in the studio. We Rob in the studio. In the studio. In the studio. Catch a vibe in the studio. In the studio. We in the studio. We Rob We in the studio. In the studio, we in the studio. Catch a vibe. Yeah, I'm in the studio with Rob. I need to make the heat flicker. Is alone and only thing can make a Rico beat sicker. So listen and get your wisdom. Gemstones on your head. Good with the OG like Flintstones. Good in bed. Been living a long time and he got something to say. Depending on how you feeling, dog, you might got something to pray. This type of influence that you ain't gotta filter through your liver. We in the studio with Rob. Gonna let the heat rock simmer.